All right, guys, I've been busy at work, so we got our radiator here, our radiator support. Upon taking everything out, I noticed that this bottom part of the radiator support is in perfect condition. Nothing's bent, and this seems a lot stronger than this one that I bought. This is aftermarket one. For some reason, this one feels like it's aluminum, and this one feels like real metal. So I'm gonna try my best to maybe take the welds off of here and here, and just put the top section, because this one is attached directly onto this frame piece, and then this bottom piece to the motor mount. So I feel like that bottom part has to be more structurally supported. So I'm gonna try to keep it OEM here in the bottom, and then just change the top part, because the top part here, honestly, it only holds down the one little bolt here in the fender, the headlights, and the radiator. It kind of supports it a little bit, even though it sits down on here, but it keeps it from rattling and moving. So I don't think this top piece is as structurally important as that bottom piece, but nevertheless, it still needs to be nice and straight. I could have probably straightened it out, but nah, we have this piece here. So I'm gonna be, what I did over here is took out all these welds pieces here, drilled them out here too, here, and then there on the other side too. So that way these don't come with anything, so we can either punch some holes here and weld it in, or what I think I might be doing is maybe putting some nuts and bolts, either some nuts and bolts or maybe some insert nuts here, and that way I have a little bit more wiggle room to kind of align everything in place, but for our gaps and everything. So I think I might do that. I did read online, a lot of people do this portion, because this, honestly, this has nuts and bolts already. Look, so this is all being held up by nuts and bolts, so why not just attach it on here with nuts and bolts, you know? At least this top part. This bottom part is still welded in, so we're gonna keep this bottom part as is. It's just the top part that we're pretty much gonna be welding in, and putting some insert nuts to make sure that this part is nice and straight, and then we'll take some measurements all the way around and make sure it's perfect. So right now I'm gonna be, this only has like 1, 2, 3, 4 little weld spots, so I'm gonna drill those out, remove this top portion out, kind of align it where we want it, and then we're gonna drill some holes where the original holes are at, and then put either some nuts and bolts or some insert nuts. All right, guys, so it's actually been a couple of days since I last filmed, and this morning I haven't worked on the car all week. The only thing I was able to do is actually pick up all our parts that we need. And this morning, actually, while my GoPro was charging, I did mock up this part here. I did drill out all the holes for the tack welds wherever they were at, the plug welds, whatever you call them. And this morning, all I did was I put some so I'm going to show you guys how I'm doing it. So I put some insert nuts where the holes were at, and I'm just putting a bolt straight through it to kind of let me align it. So I did put our new hood on, and I did align this side already. The reason I'm doing this side first is because that fender and everything over here is perfect, so nothing happened over here on this side. So I'm using this side as more of a testing site, and then I'm going ahead and using a measuring tool to measure from corner to corner to make sure everything is nice and perfect. So I also did purchase this, and I've been practicing my welding this morning. Just a small little welder, because don't think I'm just going to be leaving bolts on there like that. This part right here got all screwed up, so I did sanded it down to metal here and here, and I'm going to be putting a couple of spot welds all the way around to make it in strong. Even though this thing, look, this thing, there's no way this thing is coming off, but we'll go ahead and just put a couple welds, just because the factory did that too. And over here too, same thing. I put 2 insert nuts, and it's messy right now because I cleaned up the area, but everything fits perfect on this side. This side's like perfect. Now I'm working on this side, so I'm going to be filming this side and kind of showing you how I'm going to do it. And then the radiator core support, or the upper radiator support, just gets bolted on. So that's the reason why I think it's gonna be overkill, because all this has is bolts from the factory also, and I'm putting bolts here down to the frame too. So I think it's overkill to do bolts and tack welding it, but hey, might as well get as much done as we can, and then we'll paint it up and make it look real nice. But let's go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna put you guys on my head so you guys get a first person view. Right now all I did was kind of cut the holes out right here. We're gonna also grind it to clean up the area here to prepare it for oh no, I already did actually. It's on this side. Yeah, I prepped it for welding, and then I'm gonna do that side too. So let's get started. All right guys, so I'm gonna be putting a couple more insert nuts in these holes, and then we're gonna be bolting it down, and then we're gonna use a vice grip to straighten this part out right here. You guys can see that. And then before we weld anything though, I'm gonna put most of the car back together, put it all back together, and then once we know that everything is perfect, everything fits right, all the panels fit perfectly, we can go ahead and weld everything and then paint it and assemble it once and for all. But there's going to be a lot of disassembling and assembling. Once I remove this, I also noticed we have this kink right here from the accident, and this is the oil transmission cooler. So unfortunately I do have to order another one, but fortunately for us it's only like 30-40 bucks. So I placed an order already for one of these. I should be coming in on Monday. Today's Saturday, so today we're going to be focusing on getting everything nice and straight, perfect, and then we'll move on from there. So let's continue, like I said, putting some insert nuts, practicing my welding, which I kind of suck, but I watch a couple YouTube videos and kind of help me out. All right. All right, like I said, this is not the main things. I think like this is definitely overkill, but I'd rather do this and then put a couple tack welds around to make it perfect. This car has 258,000 miles. If we get into another accident, that's it. I'm trashing it. I am trashing it. All right, see that even with a couple screws here, it's already pretty supportive here. So I am going to be taking these off, drilling to put some more screws here, but that's already, look at this, this is not going anywhere. And then we're going to weld it in place too. So let's just make sure that this is good. You know, make sure our holes still align. Okay, that's perfect, that's perfect. Now we gotta kind of have this to make sure it's nice and level. All right guys, that's pretty level right there. And we're gonna take some measurements too before we tack everything in place. Yeah, that's pretty level right there, that's perfect. All right, so before we tack everything, like I said, we gotta finish this over here, and then we're gonna also, let's take some measurements right now. Okay, I'm gonna use this side here to here. It's 46 to 46. All right, and then let's take another area right here. 49 1/4, 49 1/4, and 49 1/4. So this is perfect, actually. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and finish this last one here. Put everything back together, put our radiator on, close our hood, put our fender in, and then let's see the gaps and everything, and then take everything apart again, weld it, paint everything, put it back together. There we go. Let's measure again. Let's go from this end to this one. 52.5 to this one. 52.5 and 52.5. So that's perfect. All right, we measured up, down, diagonal, left, right. Let's put our cross member on. Oops. Let's put this one on. Let's put this one on. All right. Looks like everything's good. Let's put our latch in with this one here. I don't know. There we go. Our latch is in. Now this thing here. All right. Let's see if this thing works. You know. All right. That works. Let's put our little grommets that go here. Is it these? Was it these grommets? And what were they, right here? All right, right there. Looks really good. Let me see our gaps over here. That's perfect. That's perfect gap right here. Look at that. Oh, heck yeah. Maybe let's put our headlight in. Después lo pinto, abuela. Que después lo pinto. No va a quedar así. No va a quedar así, abuela. Sí. Sí, cierto. De diferentes colores.
Está bonito.
¿Negro?
Digo, está bonito este color, pues.
¿Negro?
¿Es negro?
Sí.
Mira, de aquí se mira como cafecito.
Ajá, es negro. Luego, abuela, no se nos atora un pedo. You know what? Let's start off with the bottom hole here.
Te dejo el changarro.
¿Cuál changarro?
Allá enfrente.
¿Qué es eso?
Que
¿Dónde
te
vas?
habla la gente.
¿Dónde vas?
Pues a echarte la lista, ten.
Oh,
Tómatela, ¿eh?
sí.
Vamos a hacer otro de solea.
Sí, piriri. Sí, piriri. Oh, this this already comes with this. Hell yeah, I didn't know this already came with it. Right. That means I can return our other one. Alright, we put our condenser on with our radiator. Now I'm just gonna put these fans on here. What's it landing on here? Alright. Somewhere along these areas here. Oh, I think it goes backwards. Like, no, yeah, it does. Wait, no, it doesn't. It has to go like this. 1000% has to go like this. Probably in here, like that. All right, and then the top piece, I guess it just kind of clicks in here, right? Something stopping it. This one's in too. Let's lift it up. No, nothing's stopping it. It's just pushing it. All it does is get pushed through. Towards the front, we got our fans. We got our fans. We got our connection. Let's go look at the old stuff and see if we need to transfer anything over. But for now, this how it was, or this how it was? I don't remember. Yeah, it goes like this. Where's the bottom? Oh, already has one. All right. So we can put this one already in. And we're actually going to be welding everything down now. We know everything fits. Everything aligned. So let's go ahead and test fit everything. Make sure everything fits. Move this over a little bit. All right, let's make sure this fits, and then we can weld everything back in, and we're all done with the cosmetic part of this. We gotta make sure this fits though. You know? Look at these lines. Yeah, it looks like it fits, right? All right. And then this hose goes in here, right? Yeah, like that. And then this goes back in here like this, right? And then we just kind of have to align this with these. I don't know if it went like this. Well, it probably went from the underside, right? Like that. Yeah. Went like that. There we go. There we go. Let's go to start welding. Alright guys, here are my booger welds. And more booger welds. But that's fine. My first time welding, so this thing ain't moving anywhere. So let's put all this back together. I put our condenser, radiator, fans back on. Luckily this thing did come with this, and then we had our old bottle cap here. So now I just put the little crash sensor back on. I don't know if I have to replace this or not, but I put it back on, and I'm gonna put the one on this side now, and then we're gonna put our headlights and kind of button all this stuff up. We are gonna have to replace this before we finish completely, and then I don't know, I'll show you guys when I'm all done, and then let me know, should we wrap the whole car like a matte black or keep it white? But let's go ahead and get started on finishing the rest.